What's going on, my fellow Digidorks? It's Good Mate Tro here. Gonna show you guys the brand new Shoutmon deck from BT-21. We got some awesome new support. We got a new Shoutmon. What? Is that play cost of 3? New Shoutmon DX, which is the game changer for the deck. But not without this very special new Taiki, but more on him later. First, it is time for some Digi News! So much news coming out this year, guys, for Digimon. Like I said, it's a great time to start playing. We have a new anime series on the horizon, Digimon Beat Break. The ad is super hype. The animation looks amazing. I can't wait for it. EX9 is coming, guys. Do you know what that means? We got old school Digimon stuff in card form. So yeah, I'm whipping out my Digivices. I can't wait for it. I'm going to train up my Digimon so we can decide who goes first by battling instead of stupid rolling dice. Let's take a look at some cards. We got Metal Mamamon. Maybe he's enough to get my super outdated Mamamon deck back in play, but I totally doubt it. We have Meat. Enough said. Let's get stuck into the Shoutmon deck list. Engage!
Tune on in, boys and girls, go through the digital world, strategies that was away, pass through the digital gate. Digidorks, Digidorks, Digidorks.
Alright, first up on our deck list, our Digitama. We are running 4 copies of Pikmons from BT-19 in the Inheritable when attacking once per turn. By placing one Digimon card with a Cross Heart or Blue Flare trait from your hand under any of your tamers, you draw 1. He's definitely our go-to now for our Cross Heart decks, in my opinion anyways. And we only need to run 4 because we are Digicrossing a lot of the time. Anyways, enough said about that, onto our level 3s. For our rookies, we'll be running 4 copies of Shoutmon from BT-10, 4 copies of Shoutmon BT-19, 4 copies of Shoutmon BT-21, and just 2 copies of Shoutmon plus Durulu Cannon. He is the promo 152. This guy is our searcher for the deck. On play, reveal 3 cards of your deck, add 1 Digimon card and 1 Tamer card, both with Cross Heart in their traits. And yeah, on deletion, he's got Save, which is you place him under one of your Tamers. I believe all these guys have Save here, except for Shoutmon Durulu Cannon. And same with the Inheritables. They all got Rush, except for Shoutmon plus Durulu Cannon. This guy, on play, you may Digivolve into Omni Shout under your Tamers without paying the cost. This is fantastically busted now with the new Omni Shout. It just really helps the deck play along as it should. On deletion, we reveal the top 3 cards of our deck, play 1 Tamer card with Cross Heart trait among them without paying the cost, return the rest to the bottom of the deck, then save. So yeah, he's fantastic for playing out the Tamers as well. If you just need a cheeky swing in, get a draw in from your Pikmons. And this guy, your turn, when this Digimon will Digivolve into a card with a Cross Heart or Hero trait, reduce Digivolution cost by 1. And then on deletion, save again. So we're running 4 of this guy because we are Digivolving a lot more now than we used to with the Cross Heart decks. It used to be just like Digicrossing as much as possible. But now there is a bit of Digivolving going on as well. So yeah, we'll run him at 4 for now. It's doing pretty well. And then just 2 Shoutmon plus the Ruler Cannon. Chucking him in here, not only do we need our level 3s and 4s, at least a play cost of 5 or less for new Omni Shout to get him out as best as possible, but it's good for getting rid of some floodgates. Some people are building wide in this meta. So when attacking, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP for the turn. Then we're placing 1 Digimon card with the Cross Heart trait from this Digimon's Digivolution cards under one of your Tamers. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon 3000 DP or less. Just sort of a cheeky way of saving some cards underneath him without save, which you'll see a little bit more in this meta now, because save is just an on-deletion effect. Sometimes a lot of these decks are putting your cards to the bottom of the deck or whatever. So yeah, that's handy. The ruling of his name is also treated as Shoutmon Durulamon, and he Digicrosses with a Shoutmon and Durulamon. So on the off chance, you only really want to get Shoutmon under there with a Rush, so you can do your plays with your new Taiki Kudo, but if you need to, you can also use him to Digicross with himself, if that makes sense. So you can use the Shoutmon Durulu Cannon to Digicross into Shoutmon plus Durulu Cannon. Anyways, let's go on to our champions, our level 4s. For our champions, we'll be running 4 copies of Shoutmon King version BT-21, 4 copies of Shoutmon King version BT-12, and 3 copies of Shoutmon King version BT-10. So yes, pure Shoutmon build this time around. This is a new guy. He's got Raid and Piercing, which is just really handy, again, from getting rid of some floodgates, because you want to be just doing these cheeky swings in this deck anyways. So yeah, got Raid and Piercing, you swing into security. If it's deleted, you may place 1 Digimon card with Cross Heart trait, Blue Flare, Hero trait from your hand or trash under any of your Tamers, then save. So yeah, as you can see, a bit more versatility with the saving different cards underneath your Tamers, which is really handy. And he Digicrosses only 1 though, but it's pretty versatile. 1 Digimon card with the Cross Heart trait. Sometimes best just get him down to 3, like these two do. But yeah, he still works really well, and especially thanks to the new Taiki Kudo, we've got a bit of a pseudo blitz thing going on here as long as he has rush, which I'll get to a bit later. Now, this guy on play when digivolving. You may play one Taiki Kudo, or Uemano, or Tagira from your hand without paying the cost. Now, that's not if you don't have any tamers. You can just keep doing that, or if you have one on board already, do it. You've got 2 on board. He's fantastic, especially now because we're running all Taiki Kudos. So, yeah, it's perfect for this deck. On deletion, save, then place one Digimon card with save in its text from your trash under one of your tamers. He's got this guy, which I think will only work with the new Omnimon. When attacking once per turn, if this Digimon has save in its text, delete one of your opponent's Digimon 4000 DP or less. Handy if it pops off, but like I said, it has to have save with like the red save in its text, I believe. And I think only Omni Shout, the new BT-21, has that. Digicross 2, one Digimon card with save in its text. Onto this guy, you Digicross 2, one Digimon card with cross art in its traits, -2, so you can get both of these guys down to 3 when you play them. On play, you may return one card with Digicross requirements from your trash to the hand. So these guys are Digicross requirements, so sometimes you got to look for the Digicross, the green there. Not material save, none of that stuff, it's just Digicross requirements. It needs to have, you put stuff underneath it to reduce its cost. This card is treated as Shoutmon, and when you would Digicross this turn, this Digimon may replace one of the Digicross requirements, which is super handy, especially, well, yeah, it's just super handy. If you don't have the right cards in hand, you can get him out, which is fantastic. Anyways, onto our level 5s. We are running 4 copies of Omni Shoutmon BT-21 and 3 copies of Omni Shoutmon BT-19. So, both of them state, this card is also treated as Shoutmon for Digicross, just in case that comes up, but only for Digicross. So, end of attack, you may play one card with the Digicross, with the Cross Heart or Blue Flare or Hero trait from your hand, with play cost reduced by 5, if you did delete this Digimon. That's just a super busted effect now, reduced by 5. Like I said, I wanted all our champions and rookies to be that, so we can play that for free. It's good play, but also you can play out your DX for a reduced cost. You can Digicross it -6. Plus with the reduced cost of 5, yeah, play it for 1, which is super duper busted. He Digicrosses with a Shoutmon, and yeah, on deletion, you may place a Digimon card with a Cross Heart or Blue Flare trait from your hand or trash under any of your tamers, then save. Yeah, so if you want to play himself out, like a different Omni Shout at the end of attack, so we reduce cost of 5, so it'll be 3, but then you can Digicross 2 with a Shoutmon, and bang, he's cost 1, like DX, so pretty busted, and yeah, it's a fantastic addition. And we've got 3 copies of this guy. Chose him over the other Omni Shout choices. There's plenty of good choices out there, but on play when digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon gets -3000 for the turn, then delete one of their opponent's Digimon with 3000 DPLS. Good for getting rid of a couple of rookies, one champion. Again, sometimes people building wide, and sometimes you just need to get rid of a couple of those extra checks. And so I found him to be really handy, but also chose him because he is one of the other Omni Shouts with Rush in his inheritables. On deletion, you may place one Digimon card with Cross Heart or Blue Flare trait from your hand or trash under any of your tamers. Again, it's sort of a pseudo save, but still an on deletion thing. So, at least the new DX has like a all turns when you leave the battle area thing. So, onto our level 6s. We're running 4 copies of Shoutmon DX BT-21 and just 2 copies of Shoutmon DX BT-11. Yeah, he's getting kind of old, this guy, but I like him because he says the name of this card is also treated as Omni Shoutmon and Z Greymon, and that's not just for Digicross. So keep that in mind. Yeah, you can get outplays. He is technically an Omni Shoutmon and Z Greymon. Digicross is -3 with Omni and Z Grey, which again, they can count themselves. This guy is close, same with the Omni. This card is treated as Omni Shout or Z Grey for Digicross only. This guy is definitely our go-to. Sorry, I got a proxy under here. You probably noticed I'm being cheeky. I just forgot to track down a 4th one. But anyways, on play when digivolving, delete one of your opponent's lowest DP Digimon. So that's fantastic. That's why we need a couple of them floodgate killers or smaller killers on board, because if there's just one little rookie around, you might miss out on deleting a big Digimon. Like, no matter how big the Digimon is, if it's the only one on board, it's the lowest DP Digimon. So, all turns when this Digimon will leave the battle area, place up to 4 cross-sided blue flare cards from its Digivolution cards under one of your tamers. Like I said, when it leave the battle area. So it's way better than save, basically. It's not like an on-deletion thing. If it goes to the bottom of the deck to your hand, you can do that. So yeah, if Digicrosses 3, like this guy, Omni Shout and Z Grey, you cost 1 less, so you can get him down to 6 on average. But like I said, with the Omni Shout play, BT-21, you can get him down to 1. He's just super good with a security +1. And like I said, it doesn't matter if we go over our memory with the new Taiki Kudo, because as long as he's got Rush, we'll be able to swing in. Alright, and actually, I'll just show the level 7 we are also running for the deck. So we are also running 2 copies of Shoutmon X7 Superior Mode. Just keep in mind that he cannot digivolve over any level 6s except that with hero and their traits, and even then he costs 5. So we're kind of digi-crossing him only for this deck. If you really want to, you can run Shine Greymons in this deck easily. He's got hero in his traits, he's red and yellow, he fits perfectly into the deck. But yeah, I'm going for the pure Shoutmon build. When this card would be played, by placing one of your Shoutmon under it, reduce play cost by 1, and then cards in your trash can be placed for Digicross, as well as, you know, you usually Digicross battlefield, hand, under your tamers, if you got the right Taiki out. So yeah, it's fantastic. On average, with this deck, I've been getting about 7 or 8 when I'm playing down. But honestly, like, I use him for an end game, kind of like an Omni. Again, with the Taiki, it doesn't matter how far you go over. And it's really good. It's kind of the best choice here because it's got the on-play when Digivolving. Trash top 10 stack cards of one of your opponent's Digimon. Then, when attacking, you may return one of your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution cards to the bottom of the deck. A really good way to get rid of that blocker, or if they were going to blast you. And yeah, swing for game with him. So he's fantastic. Anyways, I usually get the job done without him, but he's really handy if someone's got, yeah, just a Digimon you cannot swing over. Onto our tamers. We are running 3 copies of Taiki Kudo BT-10, 3 copies of the brand new Taiki Kudo BT-21, and just 2 copies of Taiki Kudo BT-19. Alright, on play, this guy is our best searcher. Sorry, I did say that Shoutmon was the only searcher of the deck, but this guy is the searcher of the deck. With the top 4 cards of your deck, add 1 card with cross heart and its traits among them to the hand, and then place 1 Digimon card with cross heart and its traits under this tamer. Then you place the rest of the bottom of the deck in any order. And then, yes, here's our Digicrosser. When you would play Digimon with Digicross requirements, by suspending this tamer, you may place cards from under your tamers as Digivolution cards for Digicross. Doesn't have to be this tamer. It can be any of these guys. And I believe he has the same effect. This guy's just our memory setter. Really handy. But this guy. Alright. This guy's our new guy. Start a main phase by placing 1 Digimon card with cross-sided blue fair or hero trait from your hand under this tamer. You draw 1, gain a memory. So this is like that old white Taiki, Curry, and Nene, but way better. And again, because they all got Taiki Kudo, can use that King version. But this new effect, when your Digimon are played or Digivolve, if any of them have the Cross Heart or Hero trait, by suspending this tamer, one of them may attack. So that's the Pseudo blitz I'm talking about. As long as it's got Rush, whatever you just played down or Digivolved, they all have the Cross Heart trait, you can swing in for an attack. So DX comes in for an attack, Superior Mode comes in for an attack. Yeah, this is the guy you kind of definitely want to see. Could easily run him at 4. I found that running him at 3 in this deck, I see him basically every game so far. Still needed a balance between these guys because, yeah, like I said, you need Digicrosses. He doesn't Digicross, but there are a few effects now that say you can play stuff or Digivolve stuff from under your tamers, and it doesn't say anything about Digicrossing. It just says like you can Digivolve like the new Shoutmon into Omni, and like the new option card which I'm about to reveal. So onto the options. Well, the one option we are running, brand new one from BT-21. Can't turn my back. Well, you have Digimon with cross-art trait, you can ignore its color requirements, doesn't really matter, we've got pretty much all red deck. Main, place all Digimon cards, one of your cross-art trait Digimon's Digivolution cards, onto one of your tamers. You may play a Digimon card with a cross-art trait from your hand, with play cost reduced by 1 for each this effect played. So, that Digimon that you did that with, he doesn't leave the battle area. You just strip him of his sources, place it underneath, let's say you strip 3 sources, and then you play a card, reduce its cost by 3, and then further Digicross it. So, it's fantastic card, and also the inheritable, which is super handy because it says you may play 1 cross-art trait card with a play cost of 5 or less from your hand or trash without paying the cost. That includes your tamers as well, but still really good inheritable, really good all-around option card. Could definitely put 1 more in there if I wanted to play around, but it's just good seeing him at 1. He's kind of like a, yeah, an end gamer like Superior Mode. So yeah, anyways, that's it for the deck list. Onto the strategy guide. Okay, Digibronies, the strategy to this deck is quite simple. You'll at least want to have a rookie and a tamer in your opening hand, so we'll start off by hatching. Digivolving into Shoutmon, cost 0 over a cross-heart or hero trait. Draw for Digivolving. Then we'll simply play down our Taiki Kudo memory tamer for a cost of 4, passing turn. Once turn is passed, we draw. Then we shall raise our Shoutmon out of the raising area. And when this Digimon will Digivolve into a Digimon card with a cross-heart trait, we reduce the cost by 1, so we shall Digivolve into a Shoutmon King version for 1. Draw for Digivolving, and on play when Digivolving, we may play 1 Taiki Kudo from our hand without paying the cost. We shall play our Taiki Kudo. We shall then attack with Shoutmon King version, and when attacking, by placing 1 Digimon card with a cross-heart trait under one of our tamers, we may draw 1. So we shall place Omni Shoutmon, draw, and if he is deleted by security, we may place 1 cross-heart trait from our trash underneath one of our tamers, and then we save this card. Then we shall simply play a Shoutmon for 4, and on play, this Digimon may Digivolve into Omni Shoutmon under one of our tamers without paying the cost. So we shall Digivolve into Omni Shoutmon, draw for Digivolving, and when one of our cross-art Digimon is played or Digivolve, we can suspend this tamer and they may attack. Seeing as he has Rush, he can attack, Security, and end of attack. We may play a cross-art trait Digimon from our hand with a reduced cost of 5. So we shall play our Shoutmon DX, Digicrossing with Omni Shoutmon from hand, and Shoutmon DX, which is also treated as Omni Shoutmon and Z Greymon. Then we delete this Digimon. On deletion, we may place a cross-art from the trash underneath one of our tamers, and then we can save this Digimon. Passing turn. Once turn is passed, we draw, and then start of main phase by placing a Digimon with cross-art in its traits underneath this tamer. We can gain a memory and draw one. We shall swing with 2 checks with Shoutmon DX, and then we shall Digicross into Shoutmon King version, using a source from underneath our tamers for Digicrossing, reducing the cost by 2, making it 3. Then we can swing with Rush. If he is deleted, we material save 1. And then we shall simply Digicross from our hand, Shoutmon King version, using a Shoutmon from our hand, reducing the cost by 1, making it 4. And because a cross-art was played, we can suspend this tamer. It has Rush, so it may attack and swing for game. It's as simple as that, Digibronies. Don't forget to like and subscribe.